Hey sweeties, I have a good one for you today. 2-ingredient donut holes. That's right, 2 ingredients and so easy and delicious. Let's get into this recipe, but first please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell. And now let's get into our 2-ingredient donut holes.
Vanilla Greek yogurt is the first ingredient we're going to look at in this 2-ingredient donut hole recipe. We're looking at 2 different brands, Stonyfield and Greek Gods. The Stonyfield has less sugar and a more pronounced sour taste. The Greek Gods has more sugar and honey added, so it gives you a sweeter flavor and a milder tanginess. Your flavor, your results are going to vary greatly depending on the yogurt that you use, so keep that in mind when you're making this recipe. The texture of these Greek yogurts is quite different as well. So if you take a look inside, the Stonyfield Greek yogurt has a thicker texture, whereas the Greek Gods yogurt has a creamier texture, and it actually took less Greek Gods yogurt to make the recipe, and that gave us a fluffier donut hole. So I prefer using the Greek Gods yogurt. We're going to fry these donut holes, so I've got a pot of oil heating up on the stove. Then we're going to make our glazes first because the actual donut recipe goes really fast. We'll just do powdered sugar on some. We'll do cinnamon sugar on some. And that's just a half cup of sugar with about a tablespoon of cinnamon, but you do that to your own taste, more or less. You can even put some other spices in there. You could put cardamom in there. That would be nice. And then we're going to make a glaze with some sifted powdered sugar, a little bit of melted butter, and some half and half, or you can use heavy cream if you like. You can honestly omit the butter and just use heavy cream and powdered sugar and stir those together. And you've got a nice, quick, and easy glaze. So a few different frostings, topping, glazes, sugars to roll our donuts in, and that's going to make them even sweeter.
Our oil is hot, ready for us to go. We've got our glazes ready to go, and now we're going to put together our donut batter. 2 ingredients, self-rising flour. Self-rising flour already has in the leavener, so we're going to go in with our self-rising flour.
Now we're going to stir in our Greek yogurt. I'll put all of the amounts in the description box.
We want this dough to be kind of loose, so that we can pipe it into the hot oil. If it's not loose enough, we can add more yogurt. Yeah, let's get a little more yogurt in there. I'll put the complete recipe in the description box. Now we'll put it in a piping bag, which I don't have because all my stuff is packed up. I think I told y'all that we're moving, so all of my stuff is in storage. So we're going to use a sturdy zip top bag and put that dough inside. All right, meet me over at the fryer.
Cut a hole in the corner of the bag.
And we're going to use a pair of scissors to just snip the dough balls off. You don't want to have it too high because you don't want that oil to splash you. So be careful. Make sure there are no little ones running around, no kids in the kitchen for this one.
If you like this recipe, you're going to love my 2-ingredient cast iron skillet pizza recipe.
Look at that. The oil is hot. Our dough is starting to brown. We're just going to make sure they move around and don't stick together. When our dough, our little donut holes are golden brown, we'll drain them, let them drain on a paper towel, and then we can glaze them, and it's that simple. And then drain them on a rack or on paper towels. Look how fast that was. 2 ingredients in just a couple of minutes. You know what? I'm gonna try this in the air fryer too.
Look how fast and easy this was to do. Mixing together vanilla Greek yogurt and self-rising flour into some hot oil, or bake it in the oven, and you have 2 ingredient donut holes. Once these are golden brown and delicious, we'll drain them on paper towels, sprinkle some with powdered sugar, roll some in cinnamon sugar, or drizzle some with glaze.
Then to glaze, we're gonna roll that little donut hole around in the glaze, drop it, oop, there's a spot, on a little parchment paper, and I'm using freeze-dried strawberries as our sprinkles. That was big. That's pretty, I think.
Here's another batch of donut holes. We're gonna toss in some cinnamon sugar.
Okay, and now we are going to powdered sugar. Dust these. We've got the powdered sugar in this sieve, and you just rain it down on there. And honestly, I think this is my favorite. They're like little beignets. The yogurt almost gives it like a slightly sourdough taste. So good. Beautiful. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
2 ingredient donut holes. So nice and fluffy, still warm. You can see the steam rising. Oh, they're so good. A real hit around here. They disappear quick.
That's it, sweetie. Super simple 2 ingredient donut holes. We covered some with powdered sugar, some with cinnamon sugar, some with a sugar glaze, a lot of sugar in that glaze, and tossed it in some freeze-dried strawberries. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that notification bell, that thumbs up. Oh, remember to check out my 2 ingredient pizza dough recipe. I will put that right here. And then subscribe. Have a delicious day.